Welcome to Collections of Cinema.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to a new episode of...
Oh.
Collections of Cinema.
People are going to think there's something wrong with their headphones or something.
Yeah, that could be. With me, Woifi, and this is Danielle. Danielle, Alicia. Some people call her Alicia or Elijah.
Wolfgang Barbara Kim.
like George Bush. George Barbara Bush.
Bush.
The W stands for Barbara.
The W stands for Barbara. Okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And
maybe it's Barbara.
Thanks for watching or listening to our last episode with Frankie.
Frankie? From
Reels of Cinema.
There you go. You got to write this down.
And thanks again for Frankie being on. If you have not seen it, you should stop this one, watch the last, or listen to the other one, and then come back to this one.
Or the other way around. You can listen to this one and go back to that one. It doesn't matter the order.
Today's episode is Master and Commander.
The Far Side of the World.
We have the beautiful limited edition steelbook here in 4K remastered. The reason being that I got that edition is because I've never owned that movie, and shocker.
Also, you had never seen it either.
I've never seen it before.
It's wobbling a lot right now. I feel like it's going to fall.
No, it's fine. All good. So directed by Peter Weir in 2003, or it came out in 2003. And Peter Weir, I mean, that fucking man hasn't made. Australian filmmaker, and Truman Show, I mean, probably one of his most famous movies.
Great movie. Then
also Master and Commander, obviously. The Way Back is his last one in 2010. He did Gallipoli in 81, The Plumber, The Mosquito Cast, That Poet Society, probably also one of his most famous one, I would say. And a bunch of other movies.
Mm-hmm.
As I already said, came out 2003. At the heights of the Pirates movies, I have to say, or at the start
of the hype, at least,
right. So they filmed the third one while they filmed this movie, and they occupied...
The third one already?
Yeah, and they occupied the...
Did those movies start in the 90s?
No, the first one came out in 2001.
Okay.
And they occupied the massive tank studios in Mexico, and so the third one was not shot there.
Mm-hmm.
It had a budget of 150 million and made a box office of 211.6 million. So not bad, not great. But it was nominated for 10 Oscars, including Best Picture, Best Director, and it won Best Cinematography and Best Sound Editing, which I would say is deserved. For sure. Like the cinematography.
I mean, I don't know enough about sound editing to say, but at least the cinematography I can say was.
But the sound was
incredible.
Phenomenal too. Like 7.1 surround sound was it was very nice, very powerful, punchy, and the cinematography was amazing. Like the amount of practicals they did with the ship and everything is crazy because the movie looks so good. Like there are a few shots where you could see, it's a little wonky CG, but they did so much practical in there, and it looks still so fucking good.
Yep.
Do you want to quickly go into the story, or should I do it?
I'll just read do it. The IMDb. During the Napoleonic Wars, I don't know how people say that with Napoleon, a brash British captain pushes his ship and crew to their limits in pursuit of a formidable French war vessel around South America.
Yeah, so basically
it's basically just following two ships the whole time. I mean, one ship mainly, but the plot is that they keep getting attacked by this French vessel, and it's a much faster, better ship than theirs, and they find out that they have like someone on board who has some inside information on how it was built, and so they figure out a way to, I don't know, outsmart them, I guess.
More or less, yeah.
I think they did outsmart them.
But I would say there's a lot of things in there. There's a story of friendship in there between the captain and the scientist slash doctor, who was played by Paul Bettany. Funny enough, they both starred. Russel Crowe and Paul Bettany co-starred or worked already in Beautiful Mind together, which came out in 2001.
I was also just gonna say I want to watch that movie tonight.
Beautiful Mind. Yeah, I haven't seen that movie in a while. It's a great movie.
It's a great movie.
And it's based on a book, or basically based on a story that was loosely adapted from, or the movie is loosely adapted from a book, and it's basically something that happened, I guess.
I was going to say, was the book written maybe by somebody who had read logs or something, captain's logs?
Probably. I mean, Jack Aubrey, so his character is fictional. So he's there's a series of books that is about that character, but I'm not looking.
And also,
they're directly based on the unqueered career of Thomas Cochrane. Thomas Cochrane is so the main was a British naval officer, politician, and mercenary serving during the French Revolutionary and Napoleonic Wars and Royal Navy. So he is basically the direct inspiration for Jack Aubrey's character. And funny enough, there's a prequel planned, which apparently is supposed to be filming soon. So they're looking for a director apparently as of October of 2024.
Okay.
The studio was looking for a director to do a prequel on the movie, and basically based on the first novel.
I would say the only thing I didn't like about the movie was that, I mean, I get why they did it, but anytime there was they made a lot of there were some joking moments, which that didn't bother me, but the jokes they made were either very nautical themed or very dated to fit obviously the time, but it was not made in a way where you understood the joke at all, which was probably intentional, I guess.
Maybe, I don't know.
And it was still funny because you just other people are, the characters, the actors are all laughing and clearly they think it's hysterical. But I don't know, there were just some scenes where they're all sitting at the table together and they're making jokes and we're like, ship humor. Totally lost.
But I feel like that was just I feel like that's also purposefully because they're the aristocrats, the higher ups.
Yeah, and it's not really about getting the joke. No. I mean, it's just showing the
camaraderie, and they have fun in between the fighting and the intense, navigation through the ocean.
But I love movies like this. I love movies that are on a ship. And I usually don't love movies that are dated back. So
periodic movies.
Yeah. I have a hard time with period piece
The thing
movies.
is, it depends on the story, I guess.
It depends on the story, but I really like movies on a ship. So I was really into this.
I always also like movies that are exploring, you see explorers doing stuff, they arrive at the Galapagos Islands.
I loved that whole scene with the doctor.
Tom Bettany is so excited because he's Paul, and he's so excited. It's I want to go there. I need to trap some animals. I need to bring them back. I need to draw things and look at them. And
I loved the scene where the kid was pointing out the lizard to him, or the whatever it was, iguana type thing, but lizard. And he was look at that, and he was and they're all swimming in the water, and he's lizards don't swim. And then they look back, and the lizard just kind of goes into the water this is my ocean.
His mind is blown.
His mind is just totally blown.
It's so cool. I really like that.
I loved his character.
And I love movies like that where they show things like that, because
where it's not just the battle and the.
I mean, it's not there is one intense scene at the beginning where basically everything.
There's really only two big.
And then at the end, right? Other than that, it's just them running away or them following the vessel, and I feel like that's, I don't know, that it makes the movie not a war. I mean,
it's
says
definitely
here
more character driven,
right?
For sure.
It says here the epic period war drama film.
Yeah,
it kind of is. I would almost take the war a little bit out, but then again, it's set during the war, so it makes sense.
During the war,
but it's more drama, and it's very intense at times because people die all people
die a lot.
A lot, and obviously, and
the one guy who gets like falls overboard in the storm,
right,
and they have to leave him, and it's can't imagine.
There's some things that are very intense that have nothing to do. It's just pure survival on the ship.
Yeah.
Due to storms or other natural things that occur on the ocean, and that's also kind of cool to see how. I mean, that's like 1800s, 1805. They fucking took a fucking British naval ship down South America. I mean, that's fucking crazy to imagine what they like, where they went with those things. And they're made out of wood, so it's like, and you see that at some point they have to pump out the water.
Out of wood? A witch.
Oh, the table, I would say. Okay.
A witch.
And what does wood do? It swims.
It floats.
It floats. And therefore, what we do if what happens if we throw a witch into a water? Yeah. Great cast. It's also very like the whole movie feels at times like a theater production kind of.
Totally.
Because it's always set on the ship kind of. I mean, there are some scenes that are not on the ship, but most of the scenes are on the ship, and it feels very much like a theater production or like a play almost.
But I this is nothing against the movie, but South Park has ruined Russel Crowe for me. Yeah. Like every time, I'm not ruined him as an actor because I still think he's brilliant, but I can't, every time I watch a Russel Crowe movie, throughout the entire movie, it's not just the beginning, throughout the entire movie, I'll get that stupid song in my head.
Yeah.
If you don't know it, go watch a clip on YouTube of Russel Crowe South Park and you'll just
what's really cool, and there's a picture on Wikipedia if you want to look at it. So to reproduce the authentic look and feel of the life on board, they in addition to 2,000 hats and 1,900 pairs of shoes, some 4,000 pounds of hair were used on actors. 4,000 pounds of hair. And they also built a ship on a gimbal. Mm-hmm. So the ship was mounted on a massive gimbal, so they could make the movements of the ship and like floating in the water. Okay, you're very annoying right now.
He just wants to snuggle the dog.
And other scenes were shot in the full scale on the full scale replica.
That's
okay,
crazy.
Mounted on another gimbal in the 200 million gallon tank at the Baja Studios in Mexico, where they already filmed Titanic and parts of the Pirates of the Caribbean, and only 10 days of filming took actually. Part on at sea. Other than that, they were all either in the studio and in tank on other situations, which is crazy. It's fucking crazy. Obviously, they used some VFX for the storm, especially, and for waves and other stuff like natural things. But yeah, it's crazy, and like you could feel that it's, again, I said at the beginning, you could feel that movie is made practical in so many ways, and it's just, I don't know, it feels so cool. And also interesting, Master & Commander was the first non-documentary film to shoot on location.
I was just gonna say
at the Galapagos,
but
which is also crazy.
The scene where they're chasing the animals is not on the Galapagos. That was in California. They dyed an iguana black.
Really?
Yeah, because they don't have black iguanas otherwise.
Oh, that's sad.
I have some fun trivia, maybe fun. So Russel Crowe learned, we actually looked this up after the movie because there is a scene multiple scenes where he's playing violin, but especially at the end, it was super impressive. And I was like, did he really play? Because it looks like he's really playing. And he did. And so he learned to play violin for the film. He'd spent like 3 months or something studying how to do it.
Yep.
And he said he referred to it as the hardest thing he'd ever done for a film, which is kind of crazy to think about.
Yeah. I just want to quickly intersect. Pirates of the Caribbean, the first one came out in 2003. I was wrong.
Yeah, I was going to say, I didn't think it came out so early.
So someone pointed it out on me, but I didn't fact check it. So I was wrong. So they didn't film the third one during that. So that was wrong. Yeah.
I was going to say, because I remember seeing the first one.
No, it's 2003. So, yeah.
I had to have been old enough to see it.
Yeah.
Paul Bettany was one of the few actors who did not get seasick during filming.
Because
he was a member of the Sea Cadets as a child.
I said that multiple times because I would get seasick right away on that ship. Yeah.
That's also cool. Paul Bettany, to research for his role, went to the Royal College of Surgeons in London to learn how to use 18th century surgical instruments.
That's cool.
It's really cool.
I mean, he played for real. That alone is kind of cool. That a couple of scenes where they just played music together.
Yeah.
Underlining their, they have a friendship. They know each other personally. And then while work, they are commander and he's like the underserving officer, the doctor and scientist on board. But they are friends. And there's the one scene where he sees the musical instruments, and he was been shot. Right, that was at the moment where he was being shot. And it's a cool scene because you can see that like he really likes him. He really, and especially on board of that ship, you don't have many people.
Yeah.
And you don't, especially as a commander, you don't get close to a lot of other officers or Marines or whatever they're called. Because you can't. You have to have the command, otherwise people would overthrow you at some point. And yeah, I liked that scene a lot where he was just reminded that he might lose a friend after that accident. Yeah,
I mean he and it kind of parallels because in his real life, Russel Crowe had to leave filming for a while because his co-star in Gladiator, one of his co-stars in Gladiator, died, so he had to leave for the funeral. Richard Harris died like in the middle of filming.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, crazy. I mean, crazy, especially for Russel Crowe, during those years, right? I mean, he released. Wait, let me quickly look what kind of movies he released during that time of his life. So Gladiator 2000, Proof of Life, then Beautiful Mind 2001, then Master and Commander 2003. Cinderella Man was also pretty big. A Good Year 2006.
My light just went out by the way.
Oh yeah, we have to fix that quick.
I'll just, while we're fixing my spotlight, Russel Crowe wanted to form a sense of authority on set, so he had all of the characters wear shirts according to their character's rank, so like how it would actually be in real life. So officers wore dark blue, midshipmen wore light blue, the Marines wore red, and everyone else, wow, that's bright, everyone else wore white. And the actors also had to sew their own name tags on each shirt and tank top. On each shirt, a tank top, a short sleeve shirt, and a long sleeve top. So you just kind of an interesting way to stay in character almost while you're rehearsing, I guess, which I thought is kind of fun.
I mean, that's a common practice, I feel like, especially if you are a person of intimidation or like a leading person. A lot of actors do that where they try to keep that on the set. For example, I don't remember. Oh yeah, in Saving Private Ryan, everybody except Matt Damon had to do like a drill course with the soldiers, with the army for a few weeks or days, except Matt Damon. So they already start to not liking him as much. So things like that, they do that all the time, yeah.
To go back to your Oscar thing, nominated for 10 Oscars and won 2. Of the other 8 categories, Lord of the Rings, Return of the King won all of them. Yeah. Which is funny because, what's his name? Billy Boyd, who plays Pippin, is also in this movie.
Yeah, which is
so
kind of
he
cool.
had a fun Oscar year, I bet.
Yeah, it's kind of cool that he was in it too. And he had a cool role.
I liked his role a lot. I really like that actor.
Yeah, he's cool.
Every time I've seen him in something, I think he's just fantastic.
Let's go to Movie of the Week.
Movie of the Week.
Okay, we watched, so wait, let me count back 7. Okay, we watched This Is Spinal Tap, Relay, The Departed, and Adulthood.
Okay, adulthood can suck
a dick. Right.
Sorry.
It's hard because they're all great.
Relay,
Spinal Tap, and The Departed.
That's really hard.
They're all great.
They're all phenomenal. We had a good movie week.
I would say Departed almost. Even though I hate the ending.
I love the ending.
But I also really liked Relay.
Fuck,
and
I really liked.
Spinal Tap is phenomenal.
Okay, so let's just quickly say why we liked each of them briefly, and then we can pick which one stands out.
I mean, Spinal Tap.
Spinal Tap is fucking hysterical.
Yeah,
it is like
mockumentary on a fake band.
It's so good. It just like it's top quality.
It's so funny.
So funny.
It's so dry.
Yeah.
And almost feels like, I mean, it's purposefully made seem real.
Yeah.
But the musicians are so oblivious and they spoof so many bands.
Yeah.
The music is the lyrics are so funny.
It was like a sex movie. Farm was there.
Well, they give me money song.
Was their hit. Okay, that was great. Relay was just like this
old school thriller,
you know, but new. It just came out, but it feels like an old school, like 2000s thriller. Yeah. And so well done.
Riz Ahmed, Lily James, Sam Worthington.
Really, really, really fun story. And almost like
gripping,
it's pretty believable. Like dark. It doesn't feel like it's so far-fetched. So that was really fun. And Departed, I think I agree with you that it's Departed. So
yeah, I mean, Departed stands out. I feel like it stands out a little bit.
It's just, in my opinion, one of the greatest movies ever made.
It's a great
quite honestly.
Movie. It's a great,
yeah, at least in that genre of like thriller, gangster movie stuff. Like that's one of the greatest.
And the cool thing is, it's a cat and mouse cat game, kind of. Or
well, in the beginning, you don't. I mean, without giving it away, you don't. If you haven't seen it, you don't know who is in what role. And you're kind of guessing for a while.
For the first hour.
And it ends up being kind of shocking.
Yeah.
And I feel like it takes so many fun twists and unexpected turns.
I mean, Martin Scorsese, it's cool because
the character development is just brilliant.
The world of the gangsters that he already explored in thousands of movies. But then also the side of the cops and the law enforcement in general. And it's kind of cool to see those two worlds collide in a Martin Scorsese movie. And it's just perfect.
I mean, for me, movies like that, there are very few movies where I can watch it multiple times within a short period of time. You know, where it's like, I wouldn't say The Departed is one of those movies that I could watch it and then start it over right away. Nah. I have very few movies like that. Yeah. But it's definitely one that I could probably watch multiple times within a really short amount of time. Yeah, like within months, I could watch it multiple times and it's just so good. Really it doesn't get old. It's such a great movie.
If you have not seen it's old, 2006. So if you have not seen The Departed, watch it. It's worth it. Don't read anything about it. Just watch it.
Yeah.
Okay, Letterbox reviews for Master and Commander. April 1805. Napoleon is master of Europe. Only toxic masculinity stands before him. The Discourse is now a battleship, HMS. Surprise, 28 guns, 197 bros.
Okay, I don't get this comment. But it's funny. The best Star Trek movie.
Why? Because it's a ship. There's a crew, and it's it's essentially a Star Trek movie. Yeah, and then they go on land and stuff like that. Explore, fight against another ship. It's very Star Trek-esque.
A quintessential dudes rock movie.
Yeah, I get.
I mean, that's true.
That's so true.
I mean, we made a joke. We watched it with our neighbors, and we made a joke like right at the beginning. There are no women in this movie, and when you do see the joke was basically that when you do see women, they'll probably be like for a very specific purpose, and it's totally.
I mean, that's. I mean, it's not.
Or it's implied.
It's implied, but it's also not That's something that I wish they would have explored a little bit. I mean, obviously it's 2003, so it's super early still, but. Like, there's no sexuality in the movie at all.
Yeah.
And it was written down, so it was proven that on ships, pirate ships, whatever ships, Navy, whatever, naval ships, there was a lot of gay things happening, or at least, homosexuality, because there was nothing else. Yeah. And people explored, people had needs, so at some point, you just suck off a dude, suck his dirty cock. Okay.
Anyways.
Yeah. Also, I
like that review.
You know what's funny? There's this one scene when it rains and they start washing, because obviously they can't really jump into the ocean.
And they're not drinking the ocean water, so they're all just like enjoying the rainwater.
Right, and that alone, like if that movie would be like 5D with the smell, you would not watch 10 minutes of that movie because it would smell like old dick and skin and shit. Okay.
Old dick. Okay.
Old dick.
Okay, I like this review. Russel Crowe loves maps. You can tell how much he loves looking at them, planning adventures, saying names of places, Cape Horn, explaining how a sextant works. Not a lot of people love maps. Let us have this.
Yeah. In my preferred universe, this movie made $1 billion and has a dozen sequels, and there's a Little Master prequel cartoon, and kids would yearn to grow up to be naval commanders. Instead, it didn't even make $100 million in the US, and they haven't made another one. Bah.
I love men, and I love boats. Boats is in all caps.
Yeah.
That's where Pippin went after the ring was destroyed.
Yeah, I saw it too, yeah. Everybody, that's it. That's our show. That's our podcast. If you like what you hear, if you like what you see, please like, subscribe, and comment. If you want to support us, head over to our Patreon page where Joe is still owned, remember.
Hi,
which
Joe.
is kind of sad.
If you sign up, you get things like a t-shirt.
And you can choose a movie.
And you can choose a movie.
So you get to see the list.
And you get a shout out on the podcast all the time.
That too. And that's it, everybody. Love you. Bye.
Love you. Bye.